You gotta love Italy. Any slab of rocks or patch of pebbles they can find, they'll put out a towel and call it a beach. Crisis averted. All right, just got paroled. Could eat this all day. Okay, victory. We found it. This one, you only drink after 10 o'clock in the morning. It's before 10 o'clock, so I'm breaking the rules. Welcome to Destination Eat Drink, the travel channel for foodies. I'm Brent Peterson, an American living in Portugal, and this is the latest in our series of the road trip of Italy. We're traveling up the eastern side of Italy, and I think this is our fourth installment. We were in Lecce, we were in Monopoly, and we were just in Bari. Now we are in Trani. Just got off the train. Um, haven't even checked into our bed and breakfast yet, but we need to get some sustenance here. So, what do we get? I'll tell you what. I'm on the lookout. See this little clamshell? This pastry in Rhode Island, where there's a bunch of Italians, they call it Strudel. I'll put the real name down here so that you can see it. But this was famous, or was made famous in Naples, and they have their own version here in Trani. But they don't have it. They only have the Nepalese one. So I'm going to continue to look for this, the Trani version, but for now, the Naples version. To drink, espresso. But here in Trani, they have a Moscato de Trani. I asked for that as well. They don't have it. So I got espresso instead. But that's what these videos are about. They're about searching for these different kinds of things, these different kinds of foods. And it's funny because sometimes I'll read online, I'll do my research, and they'll be like, oh, this is the dish, or this is the pastry, or this is the drink that you want to get in this town. And you go there and you ask 20 different places, and they're like, never heard of it. No, we don't have it. No one eats that here. Other times, something that you didn't even know about. You go there and it's everywhere. So that's part of the fun of doing this. So we'll see if we can find that Trudel de Trani. We'll see if we can find that Moscato de Trani while we're here. But for now, we'll just enjoy a little bit of espresso and a little bit of pastry and get our bearings here in Trani. Coffee strong. Behind me is the Cathedral of Trani, and I know when you come to Italy, you get church fatigue. It's hard to see all of them, but this one's worth it because it has centuries-old frescoes in there that are fascinating, and it's one of the last examples of Puglian Romanesque architecture. So it's really interesting in there. It's free to go into, so definitely worth it. And it's one of those cathedrals. It's not in the middle of town. It's perfect. Somebody was really smart when they built this because they built it right on the water. So you've got this gorgeous view right here on the church along this promenade, as well as this historic church. You got to love Italy. Any slab of rocks or patch of pebbles they can find, they'll put out a towel and call it a beach. The water is gorgeous here, though. Crystal clear blue water. People are swimming. It's really a great spot. This is the Castle of Trani, and this is a 13th century castle, so it's been around for a long time, and it's very impressive. You can come in, and they call it a museum. It's €8 to come in, and museum's really not much, to tell the truth. I mean, there's a couple of paintings in there. There's a couple of plaques to tell you about the place. There's a film in there. I don't know how long it is, maybe 15 minutes, and tells you the history of the castle. That's kind of interesting. But for the most part, what you're coming for is this, to walk the patrol area and see these amazing views. I mean, you've got 180-degree views out onto the Adriatic Sea. So you can see all of your enemies approaching from a long distance and get your battle plans ready and smite your enemies. It's also right by the cathedral. So, got to protect the church, right? So if you're looking for a bunch of history to see here, maybe you don't want to come inside, but for the views alone, I think it's pretty much worth it. All right, just got paroled from like the early 1800s till 1974, just 50 years ago. This was a prison, and these are the isolation cells. I went inside it. You can't really tell if I bring the camera in. You won't be able to see anything because it's just white walls. But the rooms are about 6 feet by 8 feet. So isolation is the correct term. It must have been impossible to escape from here. Time for some gelato, and we came to Tutto Amore. This place has been doing it for 30 years, and they're legit. I've said this before in my videos, but we get new people subscribing all the time. So I'm a self-proclaimed gelato snob. I made artisanal gelato in Austin, Texas for many years. And so I'm pretty particular about the gelato. This place I walked in, I could tell they have the gelato in the cylinders, which keeps the light out, keeps it fresh and flavorful. I asked the lady, she let me go back and look at their machine. They're making it in-house, and they're following all the right protocols, using all the good ingredients. So what do we get? Well, I got the mini one here. Yeah, this is the smallest. No, this is the medium one. Um, and I got two flavors. One is the chocolate. I mean, look how dark that chocolate is. Ooh, so creamy and rich. And I love there's not too much sugar in there, so you can really taste that chocolate. And I also got hazelnut. And chocolate and hazelnut are two flavors that just go together so well. I mean, I used to make a chocolate hazelnut gelato, one flavor, and regular hazelnut too. But the chocolate and the hazelnut together, really nice combination. We are melting here. So I'm going to get to it, finish this up before it all ends up on the ground. Super tasty. Good job. Chocolate is so good. So I think this is the third wedding that we've stumbled upon here in Italy, and it's a Monday morning, so it doesn't matter what time of day you go when the church is available. And imagine this nice wedding's going to take place in an 18th century church right here in Trani. Very nice. Good luck to the couple. Okay, victory. We found it. Moscato Trani. I don't know. We were in 6, 8 different places asking for this. Nobody had it. Nope, nope, nope. Finally, we wandered into this place, Cafe de Mar. I said, Moscato Trani. Yeah, really? Yeah, yeah. I said, we've been to so many places looking for this. He said, Cafe de Mar, number one. So let's give it a try. Okay, nice. I expected when you hear it's got muscat in it, you think maybe it's going to be sweet. Back where we live in Setúbal, Portugal, they have something called Moscatel, which is like port in that it's a fortified wine with a distilled spirit. But this is not. How they make it is they dry the grapes on the vine, then they harvest them, then they ferment them. So it gives it a slightly sweet taste, but not sweet like port, not nearly as sweet as that. You get real tannins in here, but it is a little more alcoholic. You get about 12.5% to 15% alcohol in this Moscato Trani. And it's good. I like it. So, perseverance, my friends. It's tasty, and you can't beat the view. Whether you're in a big city or a small town, one of the things you got to do is take part in the Italian custom of the passeggiata, the evening stroll before dinner. Behind me is the Villa Comunale, a little city park, and it is gorgeous in there. Not only are we right along the Adriatic here with a gorgeous little walkway, but also there's a bunch of cool plants in there. I'll bet it's really nice in the summer, keeps things cool. And a lot of families with kids, a lot of older folks come to finish their passeggiata right here, and it's the perfect spot. Okay, it wasn't easy, but found a limoncello. It shouldn't be this hard. Went into 5 different places. They all told me they didn't have limoncello, even though a couple of them even had a sign out front that said limoncello. So, about to give up, Karen said, let's go into this little place, this little pizzeria. Pulled out a gallon jug of limoncello and poured us a couple cups of it. So, crisis averted. Um, yeah, tasty. Um, in Bari, it seems like every place, you go into a laundromat, you can get limoncello and a limoncello spritz. Not so much here in Trani. It's all fine. It's all good. It all ended up fine in the end. And sipping limoncello on the waterfront to end the evening is a pretty great way to spend some time in Trani. Mm, really nice. All right, so we're on our last stop here in Trani. It's been a great little visit here. I guess we wound up 1 for 2. I got the Moscato Trani, and that was tasty. But the Strudel could not find. Must have gone into half a dozen places. The last place I went into, this older gentleman who I think owned the place was adamant that Strudel does not exist. He's like, you can get the Strudel de Napoli, but not the one that I was asking about. So well, that's what happens sometimes. You look for these things, you get them. This place is called Code Cafe. There's a specialty coffee place. They are very meticulous about their coffee. They have a specialty machine that they got from Florence, and Vincenzo is the only one who touches it, and he makes outstanding coffee here. I ordered a longo, and that's just espresso with a little more water, filled more to the top. The blend of what do you say, Arabida and Brazilian, I think is what he said, and really tasty. But then saw that we were interested in the coffee, and he just made another espresso for me. He said, "You have to try this one. This one you only drink after 10 o'clock in the morning. It's before 10 o'clock, so I'm breaking the rules. But this is a different blend with Ethiopian and another one." And he said, this is a different blend. This is something the Italians don't normally drink until after 10 o'clock, and it has a more acidic flavor to it. And definitely you get that acidity. It's good though. I normally don't like acidic coffees. This is very good. I'm telling you, man. Vincenzo who knows what he's doing. Um, And the last thing I'd like to point out here in Trani, I thought it was a one-off the first time it happened, but it kept happening over and over again. You always get water with your coffee in Italy. Here, the water on tap that they serve is sparkling, not still, which is to me is unusual, but it's fun, it's flavorful. So I hope you liked the video. We really enjoyed our stay here in Trani. It's such a huge difference than our stay in Bari. You go from this big bustling city to this rather sleepy little seaside town, but really, really great. Really enjoyed it. Like the video, subscribe too, because we've got a bunch more videos coming up on the road trip. We're about to get on the train and head out and pick up a car, which is going to be an adventure driving in Italy. And if you're thinking of going to Portugal, where we live, pick up my Portugal foodie travel guide. It's got all the best dishes and drinks, all the unique things in all the different regions, just like we do in these videos. Different cities in Portugal have different things that you have to eat and drink. And I've got them all lined up for you, what to try and where to get it. That's at buymeacoffee.com/destination eat drink. It's just $9.99. I'm Brent Peterson. See you down the road. Come see Vincenzo and Trani.